Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Jimmy Outlaw from Switzerland, and I would like to welcome you to today's mobility routine. What is mobility? The idea behind this workout is to create a bit more space in your joints, meaning not to necessarily extend the muscles, but to create more space in the joint itself for you to have a better movement fluidity throughout the day, but also to feel much, much better inside of your body. So the training is based on a full body mobility flow. We're gonna see and work on the shoulder opening. We're gonna work on hip openings, on the knees, and on the ankles. So I wish you lots of fun with this routine. Thank you for checking in, and see you on the mat. So we're gonna start off in a shoulder width position, keeping the knees softly bent, keeping the shoulders dropped, keeping the neck extended. And then we're gonna start off with our right hand going towards the ceiling, really extending while your left hand pushes down. This exercise is gonna be alternating. So switch, bringing up your left arm, dropping your right arm. Just try to bring a little bit more fluidity into the movement, going right and left, and really extending those arms up towards the ceiling, and of course also down towards the ground. Feeling a nice lengthening throughout the rib cage, feeling those shoulder blades lifting up, pulling them out the socket and creating some nice and smooth flow through that right and left arm. Good job. I'm gonna flip to the side so you can see the whole movement out of a side perspective. We're still in our warm-up phase. Have another 3 more times from here. 2 more. And the last repetition, dropping both arms, twisting the head, just saying no, from right to left, in a total of 4 times per side, meaning we have the last rotation here from left to right. Hold your head in the center, saying yes, really extending the neck and then pulling the chin to the chest. Go slow on this exercise. For the people that might be a little tight in that neck section, be careful just to take your time doing this movement. Remember, it's just a warm-up phase. And the whole workout is gonna be a bit more calm. We're not gonna speed through. We're gonna have around about 12 repetitions per exercise, coming here in a wide stance. Keeping the toes outer rotated, going from side to side, bending the knees, lengthening the right arm, bending the right knee, directly flipping sides, lengthening the left arm, bending that left knee. Just going from side to side. Connect the movement with the breath. Exhaling, going to the left. Inhaling, flipping to the right. Another 2 per side. Last one, stay on your left, extend that left arm, and now twist the head up to the ceiling, just holding for around about 10 seconds. And when you hold here, maybe you want to bend that left knee just a little bit more to get a bit more extension in your right adductors. And then flip, extending that right arm, breathing into the right side of your rib cage, getting a bit more length on the left side of your adductors. Coming to the middle, give it a triple bounce. You bounce 3, 2, 1. Roll the spine up, going vertebra for vertebra. Coming down with a lengthened back. And again, triple bounce. 3, 2, 1. Roll it up. Beautiful. Let's do another 3 times. 3 times. Just to kind of get a nice soft warm up before we drop to this mobility routine. Taking your time, rolling it up, softly closing your feet, shaking out your legs, relaxing your arms, and getting ready for the first exercise. So, for our first exercise, we're gonna start off in a downward facing dog. So, place your hands underneath your shoulders, come into a high push up, and then from here, reach up into a down dog, opening up your feet kind of hip width apart, keeping the knees softly bent. What we're gonna do from here is we're gonna shift forward, dropping the knees down to the ground, extending the feet, and then slowly dropping the pelvis, lifting up that chest, lowering the shoulders, and then try to push yourself out of the exercise. Slowly inhale, lift the core, connect those toes, and push back out. Now we're gonna do a repetition of 12 from here. Dropping the knees, extending, opening the chest. That's number 2. Drop down and push back. Now with the breath, you exhale, you inhale, and you exhale, you drop down low. Speed up the tempo a bit more if you like, just to maybe bring that heart rate up, bring that blood flow up, just a tiny bit. For me, important for you guys that you start creating a bit more heat in the body. For the last repetitions that we have, just throwing, coming through, lowering the shoulders. We have the last 4 repetitions. Dropping the knees, opening the spine, the last 3. And then really important, try to have a full range of motion throughout the exercise, squeezing those glutes. When you lower, the last 1. And then let's hold. We're gonna hold for 15 seconds, just 15 seconds in the pose, engaging that core, rolling the shoulders back, lifting up that chest, sinking in for 3, 2, 1. Release the upper body, come into lying on the belly on top of that mat, extending those arms. We're gonna move on to a nice shoulder opening, nice chest stretch. So you're gonna close and drop that right shoulder to the mat, bending the left knee, and then very slowly rolling over to the right side, lifting up that chin, creating a bit more space between your chin and your shoulder, releasing. Also here, dropping and closing the left shoulder to the mat, rolling over, bending that knee from side to side, going a bit more dynamic. So we're gonna have another 5 per side. Just flowing through, inhaling, exhaling. The moment it's not so important where you in or where you exhale. It's a bit more important to stay connected with the body and just feeling these shoulders. From here, the last 3 per side. And while you're in focusing on those shoulders, see if you can give your lumbar spine a very soft and nice stretch in a rotation. 1 more per side. And then we're gonna stay on our right. And while you're here, pull your left hand underneath your left elbow, so you kind of have a 90-degree angle. And then you roll it up, holding and stabilizing. I'm gonna give it another 5 seconds in this pose. And then we're directly gonna flip. Extend that left arm, drop, change sides, dropping the left shoulder, rolling and bringing your right wrist underneath your right elbow, giving it a soft push, keeping your head lifted for 4, 3, 2, beautiful. Come out of the exercise. Bring both hands underneath your chest. Lift the pelvis, contract, push yourself up. And now from here, take a big step to the front with your right foot, followed by your left foot. And now twist the heels in. We're gonna come in a deep yogic squat, also called malasana, pushing the knees apart. And then from here, we're gonna rotate the body from side to side. So you anchor the right arm in this position, lifting up the left arm as high as you can go. Release that left arm, and then change sides. Inhale, bringing that right arm up as high as you can go, and release. Work a bit more into a dynamic pace. Changing from the right to the left side, breathing from the right to the left lung side if you can. Just expanding it from side to side. So remember, each side counts as one. The last 2 reps. And then with your last one, lifting up in that left arm, stay low. Softly lean forward with the upper body. Lift up in that left arm and then see if you can kind of rotate out of the pose as high as you can, anchoring the right elbow on the inner side of your right thigh. Hold for another 3 seconds. Directly change, lowering that left arm, anchoring the elbows on the inner side, reaching up with that right arm, looking as high as you can, and hold a total of 15 seconds. The last 5, 4, 3, 2. Drop and release. Let go of that neck. Position your hands on the ground and then come into a 4-foot stand. And now what we're gonna do from here is we're gonna do a cat and cow, but a little bit different because we're interested in opening up those wrists. So for all of you that might have issues in the wrist, it might be that you have too much tension on the forearm, or it just might be that the forearm is too weak. In this situation, we're gonna go a little bit deeper into the stretches by outer rotating that left hand and doing exactly the same with the right. So your wrists are facing the front, your knees are underneath your hips, and now what you do from here, we go in a cat-cow position, meaning exhaling, rounding the spine. Now you might have a little bit more tension on it, and then with the exhalation from here, with the inhalation from here, you arch your back, pushing the fingertips in the ground. So let's repeat from here. Exhale, curl, and inhale, arch. Another 10 from here. Now what you're interested in, not just focusing on the wrist, but also focusing, pushing that thoracic spine towards the ceiling to take some weight and some pressure out of those wrists while you move in a cat and cow position. So when you cat or when you round the body, push the pelvis towards your chin. While you're arching, you lift the sitting bones as high as you can. The last 3 repetitions. 2 more times. Last 1, and curl. Inhale, reach. Slowly bring the hands back to the front. And now just sit back on your heels, softly rotating the wrists. Just taking your time, taking some pressure out of the wrists, letting go. So you kind of rotate clockwise, but also rotate counterclockwise. From here, you slowly come back up in a kneeling position, meaning you bring your right foot to the front. And now you twist towards the screen with your left knee a little bit behind your left hip. Now what we're gonna do here, we're gonna come in a nice adductor stretch, keeping the hands in front of the chest. So you really push yourself in, opening this region, come back out of the position, flat fold on the ground, and then from here, try to keep your wrist and your knee in alignment, rotating up. From this open rotation, you lift the upper body back again, and you close in the front. So we're gonna combine 11 times. You lift, you drift in, you inhale up, lean forward in a flat top, and then reach up with that right shoulder and rise. Another 9. Exhale, in, exhale, front fold, and reach. 8 more times. The last 7. Keep the core tight, engaged, diving in, And maybe from time to time, even feeling how the inner part of your legs might give you a little bit more space to dive in a bit deeper, just as your upper body gives you a little bit more space for the rotations. The last 4 reps. Three more times. So we're gonna prepare for our last rep. Now from here, we're gonna scoot in and hold for 15 seconds. Keep the body lifted. Just imagine you're leaning behind the wall, keeping your shoulders lowered, stabilizing. For another 5, 4, 3, 2, slowly come out of the exercise, lower the upper body, and give it a nice rotation coming up for another 15 seconds. Now you have the option either looking down towards your left hand, or you can either look up, just kind of feel what your neck allows you to do. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the hand, lift it up. We're gonna rotate to the right side, connect the toes, twist the right foot outward, and then step back in a downward facing dog. Walk your legs up from right to left, just releasing that tension from the inner side of your legs. Now we're gonna directly flip positions, meaning we're gonna drop both knees to the mat. Gonna twist to the left, so again, you're facing me. This time, we're gonna open up the left leg, seeing that we're gonna keep the right knee and the left heel in alignment. Extend that back leg, bring your hands in front of your chest, and then very slowly again, dive in, opening up that inner line, coming back to the center, dropping the upper body, and then rotate and bring that left arm up. Beautiful. Lift, reach. Another 11 times, and dive in. Up you go. Drop and reach. Now, it doesn't matter how fast you do the exercise. You could do the exercise in my pace, or you can also take your time and maybe just go through the sequence a little bit slower, or even maybe hold the poses a little bit longer. Also here, remember, this is your exercise and you decide how long you stay or how long you repeat. The last 4 repetitions. Stay connected with that breath. Stay connected with the opening. And then maybe feel if the inner part of your thighs are already getting a bit more flexible, maybe even a bit more softened in the motion. The last repetition. And now we're gonna stick in the pose by diving in, holding for 15 seconds. Try to relax the mind. Try to relax the shoulders. Hold and breathe for 5. The next inhalation, come up, reach, drop the upper body. Inhale, lift up that left arm into the upper body rotation. And then push yourself out of that lower arm. And also here, if you like, you can look down to the mat, or you can look up towards the ceiling for another 3 seconds. 2, 1, relax. From here, slowly inner rotate that left foot, drop it back down. Again, come into a heel sit, rest the shoulders, Take a nice, deep, calm breath. Come back on the lengthened part of your mat, just to kind of have your ankles and your shins fully on the mat and relax the shoulders. So from here, we're gonna twist the feet to the side, come in a sitting position, scoot on the front part of the mat, and then slowly roll it back, extending the legs, extending the arms. So what we're gonna do from here is we're gonna pull the elbows as high as we can, best case 90-degree angle, lift, lower down, and then extend above your head. Again, bringing them back, 90-degree angle roundabout, twist them inward, and lengthen. All right, so another 11. Lifting up those elbows, keeping the shoulders low, bringing them up, and extend. Pull them back. The last 5 repetitions. And also here you can decide in what pace you would like to execute the exercise. The only thing important is that you try to move in your largest range of motion. If you would like to drop the pace, then feel free to drop the pace. The last 2 reps. Last repetition. Extend the arms. Pull the heels towards the glutes. Pull your knees towards your chest. And then come in a sitting position. Again, just roll your shoulders out, going backward. For the last 2 times. And then feel how your shoulders feel. They might feel a bit more light. You might have a bit more movement in the shoulders. We're gonna come to a 4-foot stand from here. Keeping your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees down underneath your hips. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna position the left hand behind our ear with our elbow facing the mat. And then keeping our toes connected to the ground while we lift that left elbow, we lift the right heel as high as we can, and we drop low. Gonna repeat for another 11. Inhale, lift. Now imagine you try to touch your right heel with your left elbow. The last 10. 9. 8. Take a nice exhale to maybe dive in a bit deeper into the movement. 3 more reps. Exhale, push. Last repetition. And then hold it up. Really push, twist, push your heel as high as you can, lifting the elbow as high as you can for 4, 3, 2, release, dropping the elbow. Good job, pushing back into a child's pose and just resting that forehead on the mat. Roll your arms back towards your heels and then maybe pull your shoulder blades a bit apart as if you were trying to touch the ground with your shoulders. And hold for another 2 deep breaths, creating a little bit more length in the lumbar spine. 1 more deep breath. Rotate your arms to the front of the mat. Slowly roll up. And we're directly going to move into the other side. So this time, your left arm and your right knee are stabilizing. Bring your right hand behind your ear. Elbow facing the mat. Inhale, lifting it up. Exhale, dropping low. And again, inhale and rise. And release. Reach, lift. Inhale when you drop. Kind of use that exhale to push your heel a bit higher towards that elbow. And of course, opposite, pushing that elbow a little bit more up and towards that heel. And reach the last 3 reps. Last repetition, hold for 15. Reach as high as you can, push the heel as high as you can, holding. Breathing, stabilizing, reaching and twisting for 5, 4, 3, 2, and drop. Come back sitting on your heels. Take a short break over here. We're gonna come and lie on the belly and come to our last exercise of the day. Again, it's gonna be a cactus arm rotating exercise. So we're gonna come to the front, dropping the pelvis. Extend the arms to the front, and then just release your forehead. Pull the toes back, pull your fingertips frontward, relax the forehead. You pull the elbows back, you reach, and you twist. Then you pull them back up, you reach, and you pass. Beautiful, that's 1. So the idea is to really pull your elbows into a 90-degree angle, lift them as high as you can, and then push your hands backward while lifting and contracting your shoulder blades. The last 4. 3 more times. Two more to go. And the last repetition. Bring your hands next to your face. Contract those toes, lift the pelvis, press up. Bring your knees to the front. Come in a seated position. Now for the last exercise from here, we're just gonna give it a soft motion through the spine. So you're gonna keep your feet mat width apart, keeping your toes facing the ceiling. And then you're gonna lift your chest as high as you can. And then like a wavy motion, you're gonna drop to the front. Imagine your thoracic spine is pulling yourself back. And again, you're gonna reach up. And then just try to control this circular motion without collapsing in it. But at the same time, try to stay soft and supple for the last 2 repetitions. Last one. Slowly roll up into sitting. Relax the legs. Relax the mind. And thank you for tuning in to today's workout. Take care. See you soon.